I'm Joanna Melek, and I'm the Director of Sales from Mira Corporation. I've been with the company for 13 years now, and outside of Poland, Iran is my favorite destination we travel to. And here are my 4 reasons why you want to travel to Iran right now. Reason number 1 is people. It's not only my reason, but apparently it is the reason for everyone. It's the biggest surprise that we constantly hear about from travelers who just came back from Iran. There's no destination where Americans will actually receive such warm welcome. As you're walking the streets of Iran, Tehran, big cities, small cities, you do hear people who are just randomly passing you by asking you, are you Russian? Are you German? And then once you say, no, I'm American, they stop and they start the conversation. In fact, I'm Polish. In my last trip to Iran, I traveled with 12 Americans and 4 Australians. And me and the Australians did not receive much attention. It was all about Americans. You have to remember that half of the population of Iran is under age of 35. They all speak English. English is on a high level since they start learning it as of age 5. So you have this opportunity of constant and continued communications with the locals wherever you go. Iranians are super friendly, and they do break all the misconceptions we have about Iran. The very first thing when you arrive in Tehran is you have the low expectations of women, right? That they will be dressed in black chador, there will be no makeup, and they will be sad looking. And in fact, Iranian women are fabulous. The very first thing you see when you go sightseeing is Iranian women, especially in Tehran, wear a lot of bright makeup, beautiful headscarves that are pulled down about that far. They wear Gucci glasses, and they drive French Peugeot. They prefer pink color on the car, Peugeot 206. And you have Iranian women in the parliament, Iranian women in the government, and Iranian women are allowed to work. Reason number 2 to travel to Iran is food. Food is fabulous. We always eat in the best restaurants in town. Lunches and dinners are always everyone's favorite because they're full of wonderful salad bars, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. You also have stews and soups. I definitely would say that number 1 dish is fesenjan, which is fabulous stew made of walnut and pomegranate paste, served with chicken on rice. And of course, every rice has lots of saffron. Saffron is the favorite spice in Iran. Spices are widely available in all the bazaars, and they're fabulous. Iranian food is mild, not spicy, but very, very tasty. For desserts, I definitely recommend saffron ice cream, which is hard to find anywhere else in the world. Yazd is a perfect place to get saffron ice cream. Another great thing is the cookies. Many places in Iran are famous for their local cookies, and we always serve them on the buses. We, the tour managers, the guides, we buy boxes of Iranian cookies and serve them on the bus along with tea and coffee to break the journey, and people absolutely love it. My reason number 3 to travel to Iran is the city of Yazd. Unlike the big cities of Tehran, Shiraz, and Isfahan, which are well known to most travelers who are planning a trip to Iran, Yazd is lesser known. It's located between 2 big deserts, almost connecting, and so there's this very little narrow channel between those two deserts, and that's where the city of Yazd was located. It doesn't feel modern. It has the feel of a smaller center where people are more conservative, where life is slower, but it really gives you an opportunity to look at a different side of Iran. One of the things that I like the most about Yazd is going through the old city, which is built of mud. You can easily get lost in the labyrinth of the narrow old streets where the wooden doors, beautifully decorated, are way beneath the pedestrian area where you're walking, which tells you how long the area really is. Full of madrasas, mosque, hidden bed and breakfast, little cafes where you can have your tea, and beautiful rooftop coffee shops where you can just sit and relax and watch beautiful sunsets. Reason number 4, last but not least, is visiting Pasargad. During my first visit to Iran, I was scheduled to see beautiful site of Persepolis, which is located outside of Shiraz. Then we were supposed to go back to Shiraz and fly to Isfahan. Instead, my guide recommended that we drive to Isfahan, which would allow us to visit the magnificent site of Pasargad. We drove for hours, not seeing any cars, going through very few villages and towns, and finally we came to this beautiful open valley surrounded by the mountains. It was already dusk. There was absolutely nobody around. It was just me, the guide, and the driver. The site of Pasargad is very interesting, but what really moved me the most is the actual tomb of Cyrus the Great. It's still there, intact. Was discovered in 1960 by actually American archaeologists. And what was really special to me is that when you're standing in the tomb of the Cyrus the Great, and there's absolutely nothing, just the mountains and the sweeping silence, and you realize you're standing in a site where Alexander the Great was standing there in 324 BC, and nothing has ever changed since then, it's probably one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had during my trips, if not the most amazing experience. These are my 4 reasons to travel to Iran. If you have any questions or comments, please email me at info@mircorp.com.